Welcome back to Icon on the Internet. Okay, so tonight I'm at this vid by Honest and it's called Paris Hilton Addresses Her Racist Past. If I had money for all these white mixed celebrities, and their shady past, their racist past come out to bite them, I'd be rich right now. I think we all would be, to be honest. Right? Even now I'm watching, I've been hearing about, was it KSI being called out for saying a racist slur or something? Yeah. So what happens in the dark comes to light. And actually there are consequences, but yeah. I have no idea about Paris Hilton's racist past, but honestly, none of this comes as a shock to me because it's bound to happen. People are scared into their closet. And they always come out one way or another, whether you expose it yourself or somebody else does it for you. But yeah, sure. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. You gotta love it when people get in hot water for their shady past, innit? Let's see what we're in store for.
Paris Hilton has been celebrated as a figurehead for 2000s nostalgia, promptly known as one of the most recognizable reality TV stars and influencers of her era. Since then, Paris has had a bit of an image rebrand. She decided to ditch the dumb blonde archetype that she admittedly played up and exaggerated for entertainment for something that is a bit more real and personal, which led to her opening up about a lot of the traumatic situations and experiences she went through when she was younger. Her openness and rebrand was met with unanimous praise. It seemed to have a domino effect of success for her. While Paris openly addressed her character in the way she presented herself in the 2000s and her traumatic youth, there was a part of her career and public image that she was shy to directly address or bring up until recently. And that is her history of homophobia and racism. I want to preface this by saying Paris Hilton was a grown adult when she made these remarks. I'm not saying it would be any better coming from a younger person as it relates to hurtful or ignorant things, but I do think being a kid in certain scenarios is much more forgivable, particularly when it comes to genuine ignorance and oblivion. I don't believe the same applies to when you're intentionally being malicious and harmful, but I do believe that either way, that change for the better is at least capable. But of course, for a grown adult who's maliciously, intentionally, and repeatedly hurling insults or slurs and showing racism towards a group of people on multiple different occasions, it's a completely different and disgusting ballpark. Also, taking into account that none of this was addressed until decades later, when someone like Paris Hilton can't get away with saying these type of things anymore. At least publicly. Taken from the Pink News, the article reads, writing in her new book, Paris the Memoir, the Simple Life star explained that while living at the therapeutic boarding schools from the age of 16, she had to take part in group attack therapy, where participants were forced to hurl abuse at one another. Hilton, who was 42, said that the therapy sessions included the ugliest language possible. The N-word, the C-word, the F-word, not that F-word, the worst one. I look back on some of the things I said in the years after I left Provo, in the throes of PTSD, and I'm mortified, she wrote in the memoir, adding that she was horrified. The socialite has come under fire numerous times for her use of slurs and discriminatory language since her global rise to fame in 2003. In 2012, Hilton was recorded suggesting that gay men probably have AIDS. Gay guys are the horniest people in the world. They're disgusting. Dude, most of them probably have AIDS.
What the fuck?
Said in the audio
I didn't know she said that.
She later apologized for those comments. In 2007, videos were obtained showing Hilton dancing to the Biggie song, Hypnotize, with her sister Nikki, in which Hilton says, "We're like two N-words." The video also saw Hilton call a friend the F-word, while other footage showed her changing the lyrics of Sister Sledge's We Are Family to include racist and anti-Semitic remarks. Expanding on her defense for making the comments, Hilton said that her abusive experience at the boarding schools left her with a severely damaged filter. I'm grossed out because that means those creepy people got inside my head. I never really left them behind, Hilton writes. I couldn't party hard enough, couldn't drive fast enough, couldn't crank my music loud enough or vacuum up enough love to make it go away. Sometimes I fell back on that slay or be slain mentality, and I'm not proud of that. I was effed up, okay? And I drank a lot, like a lot. Hilton, who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol in 2006, said she drank to dull the pain, but added that was not an excuse for her use of derogatory language. Sometimes I was just wasted and being a effing moron. I don't remember half the stuff people say I said when I was being a blacked out idiot, but I'm not denying it. There's a few things I would like to say about the statement. One part that did stick out to me was the lack of accountability and shifting of blame. The traumatic stuff you went through at boarding school is not an excuse, neither is being blackout drunk. Even though she says it's not an excuse, she kind of presents it as an excuse. A normal person or everyday person who has gone through some tough things would not be able to say racist or homophobic things in a workplace or super public place and be like, sorry, I'm dealing with childhood trauma. Sorry, I was drunk. There would more than likely be some type of consequence or conflict. And once again, just to reiterate, she was a grown adult when she said all of these things. She was world famous and a tabloid fixture. And she was still allowed so much leniency throughout this entire process, even when it came to addressing or apologizing. And when the heat is finally on and there's a moment for her to truly own up to it and just move past it, she shifts the blame towards her boarding school experience. It's just tasteless, centering yourself as a victim in the midst of something that's supposed to be an apology. It's also kind of manipulative. Nothing takes away from victimhood. You can still be a victim and acknowledge your own faults as well. Her actions reflected how she and her friend group acted and thought. I feel like it would have been a much more sincere response if she just owned up to it completely and honestly. The reframing and rebrand of Paris Hilton is an interesting concept, but perhaps there hasn't been much evolution at all. Maybe she's just more cautious of her public image this time around.
But you know what to say, a snake can never, a snake can shed its skin, but it's still gonna be a snake, innit? The amount of people, right, they just cannot own their shit. It's just like, oh, this happened to me, like with this thing with Paris, right? It gives an explanation, but it's not an excuse at all. Yeah, keep the apology. Why am I not surprised by this? The amount of white celebrities and their racist past come back to haunt them, yeah, it's a no-brainer. She's not the first person that's done this, and she won't be the last neither. What other celebrities' racist past about to be exposed next? We'll have to watch the space and see, I guess. But yeah, I'm jumping right to come see what people are saying right now. Someone said, I find it hypocritical how people call out Pink for her supposed internalized misogyny, these stupid girls, and then on the same hand defend Paris for her bigotry. Yeah. There's just some people who just can't keep the same energy. It's actually mad. You know what? You don't want to let these white celebrities get away with murder just because they're good looking, and then they use the whole victim narrative. They'll victimize other people, and then they'll try and flip the script and make themselves victims. It's like, don't try and flip this. You did what you did. Just own up to it completely, and that's it. Be done. But yeah, here we are. Oh well. We got someone from the LGBTQ plus community also comment. Someone commented, as a queer person, I always found it infuriating how the LGBTQ plus community has embraced Paris when she's been openly homophobic. I have a friend who's gay who loves Paris Hilton, and I'm just like, okay, I don't really care. Anyway, I have empathy for what she went through in those boarding schools, but going through trauma doesn't automatically make you racist and homophobic. It's an excuse. Yes, it gives an explanation, but it doesn't give an excuse. But people love to pull the whole I'm the victim card and the whole I had a terrible upbringing card as the excuse for their bad behavior, and yeah, that shit's not working anymore. Some people it works on that. I'm just like, I pray for whoever you get shacked up with, because they will play you for a fool. Play you for a massive fool, and then you're gonna be out here with the clown nose being like, I was tricked, I didn't see this coming. It's like, well, we all saw it coming, but you didn't. So yeah, you just couldn't face the facts, you were blind. This all boils down to pretty privilege and white privilege, if I'm gonna be honest. Not to mention her last name too. Not even her being disinherited stopped her from getting some slaps on the wrist. Why does everyone have to go through anti-black puberty? It's sick. If you're over the age of 16, you know what the fuck you're saying, like, stop. Yeah, exactly. Like, seriously, I've done dumb shit. Well, I'm still in my 20s. I'm 23, but I've done dumb shit when I was like 17, 18, 19, 20. Like, I've done stupid shit. I've done stupid shit in those younger years, but not to this scale though. Someone said, I just don't buy Paris Hilton's excuses. She seems extremely fake and privileged. Well, she's privileged, that's for sure. Yeah, I think she should have just apologized and kept it at that. Yeah, she should have just been like, I fucked up, I'm sorry, and then just left it there. Then when you started bringing the boarding school shit in there, that you lost me. You lost me at that point. Your apology formed the fifth. Keep the apology. But yeah, I didn't know about this, and now I'm just like, yeah, I gotta go. I'm heading out. Definitely new to me though. But yeah, I gotta go. Okay, so that's it for this video. Like, subscribe if you want. I post it if I feel like it, and I'll see you next one. Bye.